Testing. 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 Okay, I think I got it. Okay, let me double check though when I switch to the live scene. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear the music? Ah, perfect. Okay, now before I actually start getting the painting, I need to go and get rid of that other YouTube video. By putting in another damn video. Shit's hard, dude. Gonna delete this last one. That was 20 minutes of nothing. Oh, how do you throw it away? Okay. I understand that I want to delete this forever. Let us change the song, because as much as I love Hades, it's not the best song. And just going to update the details on the YouTube video because this music, awesome. Thanks a lot, Julio. This music, though free to use, thanks to Gamchops, you do need to link to them. Gotta give them some credit. Anyway, okay. Sign out of the group account, sign back into mine account. Alright, man. Let me mess with the chat box real quick before I start. Great. Okay. Whoa, that's too big. Let's move you a little bit over here. Can I cannot. Okay, looks like everything's working. Sorry about that earlier, guys. Just a quick little recap of what I said earlier. This is painting. I've got a few miniatures left over, or left to paint from the Dark Souls board game that I really want to get through, and I bought some new paints and stuff, and I'm excited to try them. Hopefully we can knock these out. I can get through the expansion, and then I won't feel bad about starting the Bloodborne miniatures. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to Too Good Content Universe. I'm Treypewpew. Like this video, subscribe if you feel like it. If you don't, send it to somebody who might want to watch stuff like this. Really appreciate it. Anywho, alright. Okay, so I've got a Titanite demon here, and I learned that these guys are made out of a metal called Titanite. A little dusty, which is a bummer to me because I was looking forward to painting him as stone, but oh well, not a big deal. But I have this amazing metallic paint that I love to use for stuff like this. Issue is Metal Flex pretty hardcore on brushes, so I don't like using the better brushes I have. But oh well. Damn, that noise filter is pretty badass. Okay. All right, since I'm trying to keep with the whole Dark Souls theme. Oh, by the way, this is what I'm using. It's Vallejo's metal color paints. They're amazing. If I can describe the consistency to you, I would say around T1000. If you know what I mean. It looks like liquid metal, if you don't. Almost like you're painting with mercury or something. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. I want this guy to be as dark and as dingy as possible, and the art that I looked up and the pictures from the game showed him silver but with a lot of black, like in between the recesses and all that. So dry brushing, super simple to do. I like using a makeup brush. And since I want those recesses to stay super black and dark, I'm brushing only in a down direction. It leaves certain textures very dark, so it creates like an illusion of shadows, I guess. Like, I'm not good with the vocabulary when it comes to painting. I learned by watching a lot of YouTube videos. So I'm hoping that this might help a couple people eventually. I'm a little disappointed that this guy is so easy to paint. I'll turn up the volume a little bit on the mic. Anyway. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. I'm a little disappointed that this guy's gonna be so easy to paint because I wanted to do more with it, but brought these little, I forget what they were called, Citadel guards or something like that. They have a lot of silver on them too, but they also have gold trim and all that. Oh, I'm actually really liking how that's coming out. Oh yeah, that looks great. This is why I really enjoy Gamchops playlists. If that's not music to paint to, I mean, like, what is? Green Hill Zone? These raised edges on the, I guess I want to call them horns, but his back protrusions, yeah, I'm gonna stick with horns. You kind of do have to go up and down on them when you're dry brushing, just because there's a lot of texture and they do have a little like concave shape. But you still have that dark in between. I am gonna put more silver on this stuff. My brush is running out. I should be wearing gloves. I have a real bad habit of I guess grabbing wet paint. Best way I can put it. There's too much going on in the damn background. Sorry about that, guys. Move this stuff out of the way. Make these little dudes look cool. Alright, that should be better. I do have a more silver, a lighter silver, I guess is what I'm going for. This color it's steel. It's supposed to be a dark silver. It's supposed to look like steel. I do have a lighter tone that I'm gonna go over this very lightly with. I have no idea how I'm gonna do the weapon, but him being a Titanite demon, I'm assuming that the weapon he's using is also made out of Titanite. And the whole storyline, it's a material used to upgrade weapons. Or gameplay wise, anyway. I kind of like how that looks. Anyway, once we're done dry brushing this whole thing, I'm going to put a black wash over it. I usually like to dilute my black wash, but since this figure is so heavily pictured or whatever with a lot of black in between the creases. I don't think I am. The texture on his back's amazing. That's the most satisfying thing to dry brush. Super texturized miniatures. How's that looking, guys? Hope you can't hear the brush strokes. That would be super annoying. Let's see. Nope. Damn, that built-in filter for Streamlabs. Pretty damn good, sirs. So, inevitably, a lot of these metal flakes are going to get into some of the recesses, which is why we're going to go with a black wash to go over this stuff. After the black wash, we'll do another dry brushing with this. Lighter areas, though, or more raised areas, you know, I guess kind of like a lighter touch going down. Ooh, bristles are starting to get a little stiff. Damn. I am totally gonna have to change that water. The one issue with using makeup brushes as dry brushes, makeup brushes are amazing as dry brushes, by the way. It's just because of how many bristles they have, how many fine bristles they have. Pick up a lot of pigment and easier to catch on raised edges. Hopefully this is dry enough. That's the one thing I don't like. If you do clean your dry brush, if it's like a makeup brush like this, it is very hard to dry them. I think I got it though. And the makeup brush I am using, literally from Walmart, that e.l.f. brand, e.l.f. contour brush. I recommend these to everybody, especially because they cost like maybe $2. I know I got mine at Walmart. I wouldn't be surprised if places like Walgreens and Target carry them too. There we go. There was not enough silver on some of that. Man, this boy buff. Never noticed there's little spikes on his neck leading up to where his head should have been. It's looking better and better. Alright, well, this next part I am pretty excited for because I got myself a new shade brush. Different companies call them different things. I'm used to calling them washes, just because I was told that's what they were called. Citadel calls them shades. That's good. So when you go and buy a Citadel brush, it'll tell you what it's for. I can get a better little zoom in there. There we go. See? Large shade brush. Okay, well, back to what I was saying. I'm excited to use my new shade brush because it's a big boy, and I got it for specifically for big figures like this. I have a lot of surface area to cover. And I'm just gonna give it a once over with the silver and catch the weapon a little bit more, because eventually somebody is going to pick it up and be like, hey, why is this all black on the other side? That's because I didn't pick it up, jerk. Okay. Cool. I mean, I guess I could try streaming to Facebook also. Huh. Maybe I'll try that next time. If anybody's watching and has gotten this far, let me know if it'd be more convenient if I streamed directly on the Facebook page. See, if it's easier to catch me there, then yeah, why not? By the way, I forgot to take this off, and I'm scared I'm gonna knock off the camera now. Cool. Alright guys, I got a potty. I will be right back. Oh damn, actually, let me fix this real quick for y'all. I can never make these things fit perfectly. Oh my god. Get a little bit smaller there. Okay, that seems fine. Whatever. Right. 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 Okay. And we will add one more source. Another video capture device. Add source. And we'll add my ugly face. Ah, why is it so snappy? Jesus, that bad, really? It's just too big, isn't it? Thought I'd taken off the whole snap thing, but let's see. Not too bad of a gap. Okay. All right. Be right back. Gotta pee. Okay, I'm back. All right. Now, this is the part I'm excited for. So, I'm going to take my shade, which is a very popular one, called Noun Oil. Citadel names all their paints and stuff after their I guess important moments and stuff in their lore, I guess. Important names, at least. I'm not too familiar with everything. Even though I did play Warhammer for a little bit. Very fun game. Very expensive game. Very fun game. Oh, my little light's, the battery's dying. That's fine. I'll reconnect it in just a minute. Anyway. These are shades. Let me just get as much of this through here as possible. And that's pretty much all the shade is. It's a very watery acrylic or enamel. I think they have enamel shades that will sit in the recesses and stuff. But let me get that charged real quick. I had it on for way too long earlier. It was my fault. I was trying to set up the lighting and stuff though, so guess it needed to be done. I should have had it connected the whole time. It should slowly start getting brighter. Okay. Cool. There we go. Much brighter. You always want to start from the top too when you're doing shades. Just because if you do have too much on your brush, it will run down. Which isn't a bad thing. Just want to be ready for it. Gravity is your friend. But I am going really heavy on this figure with this because, like I said, we're going to go back over it with a dry brush. Not as heavy since we already have plenty of silver on it, but just to reinforce the fact that it's silver in the first place. Of course, we also have to wait for it to dry, which I think if we're doing that, oh, that's gonna look nice when it dries. Anyway, I think we can start on these other guys. Oh yeah, still have plenty of time. I have like 2 hours. That is something I've been struggling with making the choice to do, is popping these guys off their bases and giving them some texture. I really do like how the known oil is making the weapon look though. Trying not to get too heavy on there, but I also need to wick off some of this extra that I started off with. A little too much. But alrighty. while we're waiting for Big Boy to dry. I know a pug. No. My dog's bugging me. He's a puppy and super needy. What? What? So yeah, while that's drawing, let me pull up a picture of these Citadel guards. Can't remember what they're called. No. Giant guards. It's giant something, because they're huge. Yes. Can I help you? Jesus, some of these are terrifying. Forgot how terrifying they are. What's wrong, bud? Okay, you can sit up here with me while I'm doing this. Say hi. Alright. So anyway. You need to stop, please. It's Anolondo. These are them. Okay, I found them. They have silver with gold trim and white. Ugh. Hate painting white. White cloaks, looks like. Not hard to do, just annoying to do. Looks like I have dirty chainmail under the armor too. Oh yeah. Just see the texture on the side. Stop. Stop. It's just a mouse. Come in, stop. Stop, buddy. Are we good? I think there's gold trim on the leg armor. That's what's bothering me the most right now. Because I don't want to do gold trim on the leg armor because I did it on, I forgot his name. The two big guys that gives everybody trouble at the very beginning of the game. And Armando. Anyway. I know what we're getting at though. So I have to get a light gray. Hey, stop. I think a light gray. Maybe I can go with mechanic and standard gray. And then from there, go up one more step. Oh no, I have my base gray. Never mind. We're going this way. Alright, buddy. This is the part where you're going to have to get down, because I need to start painting. Oh, actually, I will be right back. I need to change the water. Oh, yeah. Alright, so you don't have to do this, and I know it seems a little bougie, but I like using bottled water for my brush. Mostly because I live in South Texas and we get our water from an aquifer, and there is a lot of mineral in it, mineral deposit. It's not unhealthy or anything, but it can kind of mess with the separation in your paints. So I haven't seen it, but I'm not gonna risk it. Also, I almost forgot to clean my dry brush. Do some real painting now. Not that I wasn't doing real painting in the first place, but you know what I mean. This is my Citadel large medium base brush. And this is the Warhammer. It's one of the Citadel colors. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's Ulthuan Gray. But it's a very, very light gray. And it's a great base coat for white itself. I used to use it for a lot of stuff. I used to use it for my airbrush. So I can get like ghostly, like white effects and stuff. So I put it in a little dropper bottle and made it easier to use. And for anybody who's never painted before, always thin your paints. Like, it's just the best thing you can do for everybody, everywhere, and everything. Yes, I know what you're thinking. That is very see-through. This is a base coat. Since I'm doing it as a base coat, that's annoying that these miniatures do this. Instead of cutting out the actual thing or whatever, it's just a giant triangle in between his legs. So I'm not going to paint that. But anyway, these paints have great coverage. Citadel paints are great for minis. And just make sure you prime your minis. If you prime them, paint's more likely to stick to them. Now I am painting a little sloppily right now, just because I'm pretty sure I'm going to cover this with a lot of other colors. I just need a lighter base so the white can look more white. Now, I'm not trying to make it look like bleach ghost white. And because it is going to be a dingy thing, I'm going to give it a small brown wash. Light. We'll see though. Buddy, I can't give you attention right now. Do you want to go outside? Do you want to go outside? No. Don't give me those eyes. I can barely deal with a puppy. I don't know how people can handle the kids. It's so scary. This guy makes me feel horrible. I can imagine children. Ugh. If you were to be able to use words and vocalize it. Terrifying. My dog would have too much power over me. What you need? What you want? Sorry for bringing that so close to me, you guys. My dog was being distracting. I know. I'm almost done. I will take you outside in a second. I will give you attention. Or I will find somebody to give you attention. Big boy's almost dry. Damn, there was a lot of paint on that bottom one. So you still got a silver sheen, but it's like very dark now. We're gonna bring that back up with another layer of the silver. Anyway, let me take care of my pug, and I'll be right back. What? You're not coming up here, no. You want to go outside? Be right back, guys. Alright. Hopefully the little guy won't be as fussy. No, it looks like he's still gonna be fussy. Over there. To move the camera a bit closer. Hello, Gomez. What am I life. I actually have a handle that might work on this. Paint handles are great. Might be too tall for the camera though, so leave it at that. To get a decent coat over this, 2 coats should be good enough. Let's just start going over it with a lighter color. Any other brush strokes that you see on there. Also, if you ever do have texture on your paint, the best way to prevent that is thinning your paints. It makes it set a little bit easier. I'm being kind of dumb right now and playing while I have my fan on. Painting while I have my fan on. And that's making the paint dry a little bit quicker. Now, it helps me with the Titan Night Demon. Does not help me with brush line. Dog's acting weird. Buddy, I can't give you attention right now. See? Just a nice little line to guide you. I do not like these lines. Might go back and just paint them black. Such a weird decision, but I guess it's more cost effective when they're printing the models. I don't know. Less dangly bits. And if you are painting your figures, don't ever feel like you have to go by a certain scheme. I really like Dark Souls, so I want to paint them as accurate as possible. But I've seen plenty of people using different oh hey, that's part of the I've seen plenty of people using different color schemes and painting them different colors and all that. Pretty cool. Emails galore. Any orders coming in? I kind of want to give it a blue wash. Ooh, I've got an even better idea. I'll have to get a good like even coat of this, but I do have some of Citadel's contrast paints, which are fantastic for little paints like this. Yeah, you can still see the black coming through on that. Frustrating, but gonna help with whatever top coat we put over it. Which I kind of want to go with pure white, or try a pure white. I actually got a little idea right now. Oh, I can do that too. Cannot get this bottom part to look white. Oh, either way, it's still gray. Now, I have this very interesting paint here that GW made. They're called contrast paints. They're very watery, and they usually have different shades. It's a different mixture and stuff. You can even see right there where the white and the gray are mixing. They're pretty neat. They work almost the way as washes, the same way washes do, but the paint that goes over it has a certain tint to it. So that bluish gray is going to go into the recesses, while the undercoat, which I guess is the white, should be more visible. I do need a shade brush though. Yeah, it's a little bright, huh? It seems a little bit better. Alright, for contrast paints, I recommend a shade brush. They're just usually the bushier ones. You don't have to get GW, by the way. GW, I like their brushes. It's a personal preference. I've seen plenty of people paint amazingly with just the stuff that they you can get at Walmart. So, preference. Almost bought some bougie brushes though. I think it was like 4 brushes for like 60-70 bucks. Then I remembered I wasn't that great of a painter, so didn't. Alright. Let's see how this will work. Works very nicely on the textured part on top, but these flat surfaces, which I've heard about, not so much. With these though, you do want to get a good amount on your brush. Just like you would a shade. Goes into the recesses. Now you can see the texture. I guess what would be like on this tapestry. Yeah, the tapestry on his shirt. Tunic thing. I don't know. Okay, while that's drying, we can go back to Fight Night Demon. Give me a second. Get my dog. All right. Okay. Back to the big boy. Still a lot of moisture in that dry brush. Yeah, let's do that. I was just asking myself if I wanted to just go straight up with a light color or go with a light dry brush of the original silver. We'll go with the original silver first, just so we can make sure that, you know, you can tell it's on there in the first place. But we'll do it super lightly, which I'll show you how to do. Okay. Same thing, dry brush. I'll make a brush just lightly, just to give it some shine again. Yeah. Like I said, you want to catch the raised edges the most. Back is perfect for. Looks super cool. Now this is still kind of light, just because, like I said, I'm gonna go over with a much lighter silver. I might even see if I have a my Stormhost silver, because that one's platinum. Not a big fan of Citadel. Well, you can't say that. Citadel does have some nice metal paints, but there's better. Oh man, I forgot his ribs, you guys. I never forget those sweet ass ribs. Ribs, abs. Huh. Get a little bit more, and just little spots. The random texture and stuff like that does make it look like he's worn, so I mean, good for it. Even if you don't go continuously on some of these brush strokes, I mean, you can be a little creative with it if you want. It's like, oh, more of the sediment was knocked off his tail in certain areas than others. Same thing with his weapon. Some parts are going to be a little more silver than others, which is why we're going to use this one. Straight up just silver. And thank you, Vallejo, for putting bearings inside these things. Awesome for mixing. Bit of water on this thing so I can clean off some of the darker silver. Let's see, this is pretty much what I'm doing or whatever. It's a dry brush. Just get a little bit of paint on your many bristled brush. gotta get your brush as dry as possible too. Let me just show you real quick the clean area of the towel. Getting some of my silver paint. Don't need too much, but it's there on the bristles if you can see it, and just brush some of it off. Now it's dry enough to where it only picks up the raised edges that you're going on. Trying to catch any raised edges. We get a little more silver on his neck stump. On his neck stump. I think I do want to put a little more shade in the neck stump area. Where did I put it though? Yeah, here you go. Non-oil. Back to non-oil. Just get a tiny bit. I've seen a few different online where people make the characters glowing. They don't glow in the game though. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong though, but I don't know. I just don't think I want to put myself through trying to do that. And then being disappointed with the outcome and just doing what I was originally going to do again. I am going to eventually try it, just probably not on this model. The whole glowing lettering. Anyway. Should probably explain what I'm doing, right? I'm going back over some of the deeper recesses and just putting a little more black in there. A little more shade. Just brings out that weathered look a lot better. I mean, this thing is made out of some strange metal, so apparently it's a metal that doesn't rust because these guys aren't rusted. I'll wick a little bit of that off before I overdo it. Yeah, like little areas like this. It makes a big difference how much shades and stuff could, I guess, change the way your figure looks. It gives it a lot of depth. This is a 3D medium, I guess. It's not like canvas or something. I want this to be darker. Same thing with his hands. Now I know it seems like painting can be really daunting and stuff, but honestly, once you like get into it, it's just, I don't know. You just kind of want to learn more. Could be different for everybody. Shouldn't speak for everybody. What's great about shades also is you can keep on going over the same area that you already went over. Once it dries, of course, and it'll keep on darkening it until you get the right amount of shade. A lot of hobbyists joke that known oil is talent in a bottle. They're not wrong. This makes a bunch of projects way easier, I guess. And of course, there's shades in different colors too. But I think this boy is done. Time was 7:30. I don't know. It looks pretty good. Like I said, I thought it was going to be a little bit harder for me to paint. I'll have to look into that. I think running 2 webcams at the same time is kind of messing me up. Maybe it's because I don't have the awesome internet. I was having issues earlier running both cameras at the same time. I had to lower down the resolution on the face cam. Maybe that might have something to do with it. Me neither, bruh. I mean, does it look bad? I'm more worried about the actual paint stream itself, or the video itself. Or this guy, being able to see this. That's frustrating. Uh, I'll Google it once I get off. It's not too much longer anymore. I mainly want to finish this guy on stream. Let's do this. Alright, so we're gonna do a couple fine details before we finish up. A lot of the wash has already dried, so on these very high raised areas, I want them to look a little sharper, you know? A little shinier. So, small little lines like this. Corners, jagged edges. It makes a nice little difference. It's like whatever soot this thing or dirt or whatever this thing is covered in, doesn't stick to the higher areas or the higher raised edges of his body. And it's real easy to do too. You can get a fine small brush, nothing crazy small, and you just use the edge of it. Use the edge of the brush or whatever. You get a little more control, a little harder for you to make mistakes. Yeah, as we get closer to his body, I'm gonna leave it less pronounced, I guess. Might have made a little mistake there. It's okay. Another thing too, anybody who is starting out painting, if you do make a mistake, you paint over it. I haven't seen anything like an unfixable mistake when it comes to mini painting. I mean, unless you break the damn figure in half or something, but if you did that, you weren't painting it. Raised areas like this are the most important. Almost looks like a small, like a rib cage for his tail. Textured areas like that, especially since his tail turns upside down here. I mean, you know it's always facing the sun when he's not whipping it around like this. So, you don't have to worry too much when you get towards stuff that's on the bottom. This is super satisfying. The weapon, so you want it to look sharp. I have not learned how to do non-metal metal. So I stick to metal colors like this. We can get a little bit on the high part of his knee. Get a little bit around his neck stump. The spikes, just small details like that. holy shit, does it make a difference. Elbow. That side of his forearm. Fingertips. Toesies. I just want a little bit of consistency with it. This is almost like dry brushing. It's a water consistency on the paint, but you are still trying to get the high edges more than anything. You want to use a smaller brush for that. But yeah, I am becoming very happy with the way this is looking now. I mean, you want it to look like old metal, but I guess metal that hasn't rusted? That makes sense. Kind of. Gotta get his pecs and his abs. Done! See if we can get a little more light on it. There you go. Hope you can tell these little highlights right here. That is just a lighter shade of silver. There's a reason why areas like his foot and his fingertips and stuff are shining a little bit more. You can see the edge around his neck. But yeah, that was simple. It took about an hour. Don't get me wrong, this was already primed. But yeah. Alright, guys. Trying to think if there's something else I should do to this figure. But I think I want to play some Monster Hunter Rise. I want to do this a lot more often. Any kind of suggestions or whatever, leave them. I do have the Darkroot expansion for Dark Souls, so looking forward to painting Sif and a bunch of trees and shit. And I have the character expansion too, so I have a few character classes there available to be painted. So I'm looking forward to painting those guys. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do this as much as possible now. I appreciate if you guys did hang out. If you didn't, hopefully you can hang out next time. But